the artist, because I know what it is.
Wait a minute.
No, when the answer comes, I'll pronounce the artist.
Right, can we just focus, please, on the quiz? Go. What was the clue again? Give it again.
Will you leave the entrance to my garden alone? Not messing with it, right? GG.
Okay.
Right?
Next.
Doesn't count.
Next.
Incorrect.
Don't phone, but you can send a message on my mobile if you want. Right? That's T. It's another little easy one. And the last one, we were sharing out the mail sheet.
Well, that doesn't count either.
Can we just...
I know what that is. I know what that is.
I don't care, we'll come to that later.
Yeah.
And number 3, we were sharing out the mail sheet, and I think I got the best one. Right? DG.
DG.
Yeah, so quickly again. Will you leave the entrance to my garden alone? It's not messing about with it.
Yeah.
Right? GG. Yeah. Don't phone, but you can send us a message on my mobile if you want. Right? That was T. And the last one, we're sharing out the mail sheet, and I got the best one, so that's good. Right? DG.
Alright, ricky.gervais@xfm.co.uk. Have we got any prizes?
Do you have a look?
Well, don't worry about it.
This is
don't worry about it.
pathetic.
Have we got any prizes?
Just, the clues
fine.
are rubbish, the clues don't work, the show... this is pathetic. Play a record.
That's what it should be called, and the clues don't work.
Blur, out of time on XFM. Well, we're not out of time, we've still got an hour left, boys.
Hey!
Luckily.
Brilliant. A lot of emails, obviously, about the Chinese. People as fascinated as we are. I don't want to discuss it, interminably, Rick, because there's so much to say, and we've said most of it in the past.
Yeah.
Get a couple of emails. In fact, I think, Carl, you told us this information. Remind me of it again. If all the Chinese people in the world were...
We're in a line on that, because there's loads of them, you'd never get to the end of it.
Right.
No, it's not that. If all the Chinese people formed a line and started walking out of China, you'd never get to the end of it.
That's what I just said.
No, it's because, though... they'd be having babies, you know what I mean? Still, it'd be adding to it all the time, wouldn't you?
But would they be walking and shagging and having babies as they're walking out?
Yeah, that is.
I'd love to see someone organise that. Maybe the Record Breakers team.
I tell you what, I'd love to see Ross McWhirter or Norris, who is it? Who's the one that's alive?
I forget Norris.
Norris, right? I'd love to see him to coordinate that.
Yeah.
1.2 billion. Little Chinese fellas, boy, girl, boy, girl, boy, girl.
Yeah. And where are they walking out of China? Which exit are they taking?
They're taking the...
Through Tibet? Or?
I think it's the Gate 9 slip road, the M43,
right.
to St Petersburg, right? And they go, and walking, and shagging.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Because some presumably are dying as they...
No, but they live to 120.
That's true.
So
they're playing.
So, well... We know Carl's theory on that. Do you want to just tell new listeners your theory about when all these Chinese people get the records for oldest people in the world? Come on, what's your theory, Carl? Carl,
just that they're probably lying.
Why?
Because a lot of them don't age that well. Some of them do. A lot of them don't, and they always look older than they are. I read the other day, right? Do you know the one who was the oldest woman in the world, right? Chinese woman, right? The way she did it, it was.
She didn't die. That was her secret. Yeah. What she did, she got up every day and didn't die.
No, she was like awake and that, and then she'd have 2 days just sleeping.
Right.
So she wasn't really that old.
What do you mean?
Well, she'd only sort of lived half of her life in a way.
Well,
so
we all live 2/3 of our life, don't we?
No, but she was like awake and that, and then she'd go, I'm going to bed, and then that'd be it for 2 days.
Talking of sleeping. Oh man alive, I went to see the last part of the Lord of the Rings trilogy.
Why?
Well, it's like a family thing now. Every Christmas, my family and I have been going to see the Lord of the Rings, the next instalment. It's like a family thing.
What will you do if they keep making them?
Oh, I tell you, I've wasted now about 10 hours of my life with that tripe.
You can never get that back.
I can never get that back. That's what Peter Jackson owes me. 10 hours now he owes me of my life. It is absolute drivel. We've said this before, I don't want to harp on again about it, but I cannot fathom why everyone is so excited and loves these films so much. Like you say, people review saying it's the best film ever. I think this is the greatest movie I'll ever see. And I don't... It's like they go, but look at all the fight sequences.
But Tolkien being up there in literature, like, you know what I mean? It's sort of like Shakespeare. Tolkien. No!
But what is it that he's writing about exactly?
I don't know.
Little midget fellas who can't get shoes. I mean, I've got big feet. I've got size 14. I can get shoes.
Oh God!
So not for men,
but I
either.
know it's like Harry Potter taken seriously.
Yeah.
But I know who's watching it. It's like these people who are watching it are obviously nerds, people who live in Forbidden Planet. They can't believe their luck.
But that's the core audience, but it's obviously bigger than that.
But then it's also people who can think they have a go, like menopausal women thinking, well, I'll write a book then. The Globplin came into the cave.
Exactly.
Right? And they're sort of like 13-year-old sons who've never shown interest in anything except glue, now writes Orc
Yeah, exactly.
on his exercise book, and so they're loving it. It's like,
it's
God.
united, bringing people together. But at the end, right, I mean, it's taken them now like 9 hours to get from one part of Middle-earth to the end, to the other end, so they can destroy the ring, the evil ring.
Did they do a line? Was it?
I don't know what they...
Like little Chinese fellas.
And it's taken them 9 hours of their time and my life as well to get there. And at the end, they all say
They
goodbye.
do it in real time. Why didn't they edit it?
I mean, that's what it felt like. It must have taken them less time, within the sort of logic of the book to get there than it did to me to watch it. And at the end, they sort of say goodbye to each other and they all hug. So there's like, there's little midget one, Frida, saying goodbye to, Bjorn.
What are they
Benny.
called in the thing? Because are they PC in it? Are they called like midgets and dwarves?
No, they're called hobbits.
Oh, are they?
Yeah.
So we should call small people hobbits from now on?
That's what they are, just to make it kind of topical, and they'll like that as well. Give them sort of,
So if you see a little, on the way home, if you saw a little
midget fella.
4-foot midget fella, just say, excuse me, hobbit.
Yeah.
Okay, that's
Call
fine
him
then.
Frodo. Frodo. He'd like it. He'd love it because everyone loves the Lord of the Rings.
They love it. No, everyone loves the Lord of the Rings.
In the end, if you ever get to the end, they all hug each other. They say, well, basically Frodo has to say goodbye to all his other little fellas, and so he's hugging us. I don't know how many there are, and he's hugging them, right? And it is the most internal thing I've ever seen. It's like music's playing, they look into each other's eyes, he hugs them, they pull back, they look at each other again, that's like, we'll never see each other again. Then he hugs the next one. And I was just screaming, I was thinking, hug, just one big group hug.
Yeah.
Then we can get out of
Like
here.
an American football team.
Exactly.
Just go, knock
Not
heads.
each individual one. I mean, it's dragging on.
God.
On. And apparently on the DVD, there's like an extra sort of 20 minutes of extra footage of scenes he's cut out. Who's watching this tripe? Who cares?
I don't know.
I genuinely,
Have we lost some of our popularity by slagging off Lord of the Rings?
I don't care. Screw them. If you love it, if you can't live without Lord of the Rings, screw you. I don't want you as a listener. I can't fathom it. Really, it's not like I'm trying to be wayward or controversial. I can't get my head around the popularity.
But doesn't Harry Potter annoy you as well, though?
Yeah, but at least it's kind of over in an hour and a half.
Is it? I haven't seen it.
I went to the toilet 3 times during the course of the film.
Really?
It's unbelievable. The woman sat next to me.
Sexy stuff in it, was there?
Some of those little pixies with the pointed ears. It just took me back to all, Mr. Spock. All those glorious days. But it really is just. I mean, have you seen any of them? You've not bothered.
I've seen one, and it was long, and I thought it was nicely filmed, and I thought, well, okay, I'll just get through it. I even think, it was just a list of, and here come the orcs.
Exactly.
Right, okay, we'll see the orcs now. Yeah.
But it's like people go, look at the amazing fight sequences, the amazing immense battles. And it's true, he's got thousands of actors and stuff on horses, brilliant. But I'm not impressed by good time management.
No.
Well done, he's got all those people together, he's orchestrated it, well done. But it's got to be more interesting. My friend summed it up. He said the Lord of the Rings films, they're like the film equivalent of an Enya song.
Yeah.
And that to me is exactly right. Lots of billowing dresses, slow musical moments.
That's good.
People riding majestically on horses.
Enya.
Constantly riding majestically everywhere.
Dido's taken over from Enya, and that's I've got a confession to make. I like that latest Dido song. I know. I thought I don't know what to say.
Let me explain to you.
Oh, God.
Come on down till I get there.
Biting Bottles, Richard Ashcroft on XFM.
We've had an email which I suppose puts my hatred of Lord of the Rings into perspective. It says, you may have spent 10 hours of your life wasting your time with Lord of the Rings, but imagine how many hours of people's lives this show have wasted.
Yeah, that's true, yeah.
Balance.
2 hours a week for a couple of years.
We can never give that back.
I know, it mounts up, doesn't it?
Yeah. We should be doing some kind of community service for people, maybe pop around.
Well, this is community service, isn't it? Because Karl, it makes his brain work a little bit, and it keeps him from going on holiday, sort of for 2 hours a week, which is good. We spent New Year's Eve together, me and Carl.
Oh.
It was me and Jane, Carl and Suzanne. Her hair doesn't really look like Dave Hill, I must
You couldn't
confess.
see it when it was done though.
Yeah, she had the coat on that you bought her to say sorry though, didn't she? And Martin Freeman and his girlfriend Amanda and Glyn and we all went for a meal and then we all went back to ours and sort of saw in the new year and all that and all the fireworks and then in the wee hours when just the drinking seriously starts, we started playing parlour games. And do you know that game when you go round, started off like with pop bands or rock bands, you have to say a band and then they have to come up with a band immediately that starts with the letter that your band ended with.
Right.
So Suede, E, Erasure. Do you know what I mean? Go round. And we did that, right? And then we had to change that because people were sort of using the same ones crop up. So I said, well, let's do Animals. We were doing Animals. And I gave Carl one. I think Carl panicked. You had to do it quite quick. I want to just test it on you.
Okay. Is this bands? What is it?
I said... Now, what did I say? Basically, I said an animal, and it ended with E. Okay, so I go skate.
Eagle.
There you go.
Yeah, but hang on, I think I was the third person. Right, so think of another one. Hurry up.
Eel.
Yeah, I had that. Yeah, I did that one.
Right.
Yeah, a lot of E's coming up. Elephant.
Yeah.
Do you know what Carl said?
Go on.
Ready?
Yeah.
Egg.
Oh, in a sense. I suppose.
Egg? He went, yeah. I went, no, wrong. He went, what? And then Martin came to his rescue and went, well, what is an egg? Animal, vegetable, mineral. I said, well, it's animal, but it's you can't have egg.
But would you allow tadpole?
Well, yes. Yeah, because it's a larval stage. Yeah, no, but egg, you might as well have leg. Or eye. Uterus. It doesn't count. Egg, you panicked. Brilliant.
Oh, I still think I'm right.
Well, you're not right. We were naming, you know.
It's a bit of fun though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You went, why obey the rules?
Exactly, yeah, no, that is true.
Don't
That
follow
is
the
true.
rules.
That is
You had the
true.
fireworks in the year, did you?
Yeah.
What, you had them yourself?
No, you could throw across the river, we could see them. But, actually, very impressive. And I'll tell you what, they got it right this year. Instead of 2 hours of letting off fireworks, people were going, oh, can we go now? It was 3 minutes, and they spent £1 million on the 3 minutes.
Yeah.
And that's it. That's all you can stand, 3 minutes of fireworks.
Oh.
To me, fireworks are like watching Lord of the Rings.
Exactly,
I've
absolutely.
never been impressed as a child.
Never been impressed.
I've never been impressed as an adult. But a big bang, a huge big explosion, that'll do me.
I used to go to, they used to have little community fireworks displays at Christmas, things like that, near our school, maybe in the school or at the local kind of community centre. And I used to go along to them with the family, everything, get the sparklers, and they would have the fireworks. Oh, and that would be, and I was just bored to sleep. And I always thought that if the guy organising it had wheeled out an enormous firework, climbed in, gone, let's run to the moon to Bender, and then shot. That I'd have been,
That'd be good, yeah.
But it's just internal.
Do you reckon I could take out that church?
Yeah,
from
exactly,
here?
yeah.
Money on it. Go
Yeah,
on then.
yeah,
Yeah. That'd be worth it, wouldn't it? But that was another one. Oh, Christ.
So a friend of mine was telling me that they once had some indoor fireworks, which apparently is just, I mean, imagine that. Who needs indoor fireworks?
Well, I think it's just little, yeah. I think one of the things, we got indoor fireworks once when I was little, and I remember one of the fireworks was that little celluloid fish that you put in the palm of your hand.
Of course.
And it
Predicts
goes,
the future.
oh, you're sexy.
Yeah.
What, it curled up because of the heat of your hand? Yeah. Oh, you're dead. It didn't curl. Actually, it's Grandad. He's dead.
Yes.
His hands are cold. Oh, no. That's the only way that would be... Oh, yeah.
So that's the only test.
How when did you discover he was dead? We used one of those predictive fish. It came out dead.
Yeah.
Just flapped.
Yeah.
Did you have a good time though, Carl?
What, at your place?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good night, wasn't it?
We danced, didn't we?
A bit of a dance.
What, the two of you together?
Yeah, Amanda had got one of those DVD films. No, straight to, you know, DV cameras.
camera,
It goes
right.
straight to...
DVD.
Yeah,
Okay.
amazing, right? And Carl was doing his moonwalking. I was sort of doing some sort of jazz step, wasn't I? Sort of like Michael Jackson. I ended up jumping up on the couch with both feet and falling straight back on my back.
Of course you did.
I can't believe I was alright.
Yeah.
What's the chance of that? It's when you're drunk that you just sort of like, you revert to childhood and you sort of bounce.
Yeah.
Yeah. So luckily...
Is that DVD going to be available in the shops later? track 1, side 1, the first Talking Heads album, Uh-Oh, Love Comes to Town.
On XFM 104.9.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's Rockbusters' results, isn't it?
Okay.
All right.
Brilliant.
You want the prizes, by the way?
Not really.
Not bothered?
No.
Right, some videos and DVDs and that, some good stuff.
VHS,
Couple.
$4.99.
Is that one
TV
about weather?
titles. What?
That's the weather one. That's going to be on telly. Donald McIntyre.
Oh yeah.
That's in there, if you want that.
Yeah. He reckons Donald McIntyre ripped him off because he did a thing about how much it costs to have a chimp, cheap as chimps. What was the other thing you think someone ripped you off? Rockbusters.
Ken Bruce on Radio 2 is doing Songs of Phrase. He was doing that over Christmas. I took 1 week off. He's in there.
And when he heard that Donald McIntyre was doing a programme about wind, he thought he was moving on Auntie Nora.
Right. So the first one, will you leave the entrance to my garden alone? Right, that was the cryptic clue. The initials were GG.
Yeah.
That was Gareth Gates.
Gareth Gates. Gareth. What would you
Gareth Gates.
No, it's Gareth Gates, isn't it? So, why would you say to someone Gareth? Is that like what's that, a Manchester thing when you say Gareth?
No, Gareth Gates.
Gareth Gates. The bloke who came second in Popeye, yeah, Gareth Gates.
So that's the first one.
What was that about getting off the thing though? Leave my entrance alone though. I don't understand what it's got to do with leaving my entrance alone.
The
Gareth,
to the
well, no, the gates bit, but what's Gareth got to do with
second one was
it? Ignoramus.
don't phone, but you can send me a message on my mobile if you want. The initial was T.
Yeah.
Text us, right? Just
No, it's text. The word's text.
Yeah,
so you'd have to say
text
text me.
text us.
Text. What do you mean? No, text me. What's that?
The third one was we were sharing out the male sheep and that. Right?
Yeah.
I got the best one. DG, right? We were sharing out the male sheep.
Get to it. It doesn't work anyway. Get to it. What is it?
Delta Good Ram.
Delta Good Ram. You were Delta Good Ram.
Delta Good Ram. Alright, so who's the winner?
We're going to give it to Stephen Gunning from Tooting. He's got all those right. I don't know how, but well done to him, and he wins some crap in a jiffy bag.
Literally.
You too, Alex and him?
Yeah. Snow Patrol and Run on XFM 104.9.
Yeah, not bad at all.
So everyone had a good Christmas though, yeah? Really? Carl, even though it was like a little bit Lanzagrotte, it was a nice Christmas. What was the book you read, by the way? Someone just emailed in and wanted to know. What was the book you read?
It was The Governor.
The Governor?
Yeah.
Right, okay.
Did you buy Suzanne a gift in the end? Which you surprised her with on
I
Christmas
did,
Day?
after that show that we did before Christmas,
Yeah.
I was walking home thinking, might as well treat her then. Yeah. Went and got her a necklace.
Nice.
Actually, she said she wanted a necklace, but I didn't know which one, but went and got one.
Yeah.
And she was happy with that.
Yeah. That shut her up.
yeah.
Yeah.
And did she get you something?
your gift back?
She did get me something, yeah.
See, we knew she would.
Yeah, but the thing is, right, she got me a little Game Boy Advance to take on holiday because she knows I get bored.
Lovely.
Right? So that was good, but I was like, hang on a minute. I know how much I spent,
Oh.
and I know how much these are, right? But I was clever though. When I got to the airport, I bought to get me an extra, bought me an extra game for it.
Yeah.
Got the value.
Of course.
When you were growing up, did you wait to ask your mum for sweets right at the counter so the woman would embarrass her into getting you it?
What, you mean just slip it in the basket?
Well, no, just wait till there's some, a stranger watching before you ask for sweets.
Can I have a Kinder Egg?
Did you see it in front of Suzanne when he got to the... Suzanne, can you get me something else? Because remember I spent more on that necklace than you did on that Game Boy Advance. And the woman in Dixon's goes, oh, you better get him something else. She goes, oh, bloody hell, all right then.
No. She did well though. You know what I mean?
She's done well to keep you, hasn't she?
Done well.
Because you're such a find.
You're quite a catch.
Yeah, she must wake up every morning and go, ooh, I am the luckiest girl in the world.
Well, she told you that the other night.
What?
She said the other night how good it is living with me.
Yeah, I said to Suzanne, it must be great, because I only see him 2 hours a week and I like to squeeze his little head. You can do that all day, every day. Does she ever squeeze your head?
No.
No?
It's like that thing though, isn't it? It's like when you work in a chocolate factory. You get sick of it, don't you? If it's there all the time.
Yeah, she must think, well, I could squeeze that head any time I wanted. It's not worth it.
What about your Christmas?
My dad, I'm wondering if you're turning into my dad, because he bought my mum a bracelet. He won't mind me talking about this, because he said you'll probably talk about this on the radio, and you're right, Dad, I am talking about it. He bought my mum a little gold bracelet, lovely gift, you know, it was a lovely thing, and she opened it, she loved it, and everyone thought, what a great gift, lovely gift. He wouldn't stop talking about it. He wouldn't stop talking about the gift he bought. He kept on grabbing my mum's arm and showing it. Look at the gleam on that. See, look at the shine on that. Look at the gleam there. Look at that. And do you know what he said? The great thing about that's pure gold. He went, it's an investment. That's an investment, that. It's gold, you know, it's always worth something gold.
I love that when people get a gift and it goes to an investment. I love it.
But not only does it sort of take away any of the romanticism of it, but it was the way he constantly was talking about how great a gift it was that he bought.
I haven't heard the word gleam for 30 years.
Look at the gleam on there.
The gleam.
Look at that, look at the sparkle on that. And look at that, and it looks like rope. That's what he kept saying, it looks like rope. It looks like gold rope. And he just, I don't know, I heard it, he disagreed, we were opening gifts, he would disagree, I could hear him in the kitchen going, think about that's pure gold, Dad. Elaine, that's pure gold.
I might melt that down.
Yeah. John, next door neighbour, John, look at that. Look at the shine on that.
That's great. That's brilliant, though.
But it's just, it doesn't it sort of undermine the gift a bit if you keep on droning on about how great it is.
People enjoy giving. That's nice, isn't it? And you've got to, you know, what did your mum say? She loved it.
She couldn't get a word in edgeways.
That's a step up from a jar of coffee, though, isn't it?
It is a step up, yeah.
That's good. What about yours?
I didn't get my mum done anything this
What?
time. No, because I'm always treating them anyway. Whenever they, you know, if they need a few quid. If I can help
Well,
them,
you
I
are
do.
the gift that keeps on giving, Carl.
No, but don't just go giving anything just for the sake of it. You know what I mean? Wait for the time that's right, sort of thing. Just because it's Christmas. Because
Yeah, I mean, there's no better time, is there, really?
no, I just was going to say my mum and dad didn't get me anything, but they did.
What they get?
But just some money. But I'll get them something when the time's right. Do you know what I mean? They always need bits and pieces through the year, so
Yeah,
I'll look after them.
sure.
But it was weird being away.
Has anyone got a caught onto the fact that, you know, they leave groceries in the telephone box near your dad yet?
It's still going on.
Is it? Oh, that's fantastic, isn't it? That is just fantastic. So when he needs a loaf of bread, pint of milk, just goes down. Does he ever give that as gifts?
Now listen, are we doing the film thing in a bit? Oh. Got more prizes.
Yeah.
Is it better than Rockbusters?
It's alright, I did it in a bit of a rush because I was only in yesterday, wasn't I?
Sure.
Well, yeah,
When
if you take 3 holidays a year, then
So-
there's not enough time for the work. Me and Steve like to, you know, put our priority into, you know, doing the work, coming up with a good product, and getting a holiday when we can. You know, we haven't. I haven't
Well,
really
I love
had a
holiday, Rick, you know
I love
that.
holiday.
But I don't do the holidays for me, it's for Suzanne, isn't it? She's the one who likes going away.
With
so
you?
I just go, so I'll go with her, do my bit.
When you were playing Game Boy, right, and you looked in the hole, and you were reading your book, what is she doing?
She'll make things seem more interesting to me. Do you know what I mean? So like, when we're at the Oval, and the bus driver said, you've got an hour here, I sort of said, why have I got an hour here? I go to a funeral with someone who I loved in the ground and don't spend an hour around it. Why do I want to... Do you know what I mean? Why don't I spend an hour looking in this?
Wasn't that terrible when you're out, you just shot up in all this magma?
Yeah.
That was terrible, wasn't it? That was the worst funeral you'd ever been to, wasn't it?
But she'll
I'll tell you, that would make funerals more interesting.
If they just, it was a cremation and a burial.
Yeah.
You just put them in a volcano and they go,
shoot
2,
them
3,
up.
here they go, whee, up to heaven.
I was having a conversation with my flatmate about songs that would be inappropriate to have at your wedding, at your funeral. And it's
Horny,
just-
surely,
that
is
was
one.
it, yeah.
Was it horny,
Yeah, that
really?
was the first one we came up with. I'm horny.
Oh,
That was the first one we
God.
came up with.
Isn't Robbie Williams' Angels one of the,
Yes.
Biggest
and
ones.
I think Wind Beneath Your Wings,
Yeah.
I think is apparently quite popular.
oh yeah, that's play that night in Auras, aren't you? Boston, More Than a Feeling, XFM 104.9. Well, another big moment here. We've had Rockbusters. Now we're going to have Carl's film quiz thing, isn't it?
Film quiz thing. I've done Planet of the Apes, right? Because one of the things we did in Lanzarote went on this tour with sort of 3 northern blokes, and they didn't really know what they were talking about.
Joking. You're
do you mean?
joking. What? Northerners not know what they're talking about. You're having a laugh.
No, they'd obviously...
It's so late. We had so much rubbish to pack in.
You did it on purpose.
What? What do you mean?
Did it on purpose.
I love Rockbusters. I think it's the highlight of the week. But
I remember in the early days of Rockbusters, we used to get reams of emails. Do you know how many we've had today?
Go on.
2.
Yeah, because we've just done it in the last link, and people have to think about it and do research.
They have to guess because
I don't think XFM Family Fortunes is going to be a success.
Don't knock XFM Family Fortunes, Carl.
It ran on ITV for years.
Right, well,
yeah. So has anyone got any white, Carl?
Well, we'll have to
just
do
as well. We haven't got any prizes to give away anyway because we gave them away our next month.
Yeah, we're coming through now. Let's see. Just hang on a minute.
Well, this isn't radio. You can't just sit here looking at a computer screen going, hold on. That isn't radio.
Right, well, it'll have to be the one who got the closest, right?
Okay, who got the closest? What are the answers?
Give us them again.
Right, the northern lad remembers he had to tell his mates, his mum's daughter something.
I'm so glad this is the last one ever. This is the last, I promise it's the last Rockbuster ever.
The northern lad remembers he had to tell his mum's daughter something. That was O.
Yeah, I know that.
What was it?
Oasis.
Oasis. Right. Yeah. So that was another one.
That works. That works though. Go on, what's the next one? This one worries me. Go on.
The person from Birmingham got a C in their degree.
No idea.
That was T.
Go on.
Toto. Tutu.
A C as well. Just made it up. A C. 2-2. I love it. I love it. Toto. Well. Toto. Right, no, did anyone get that?
Yeah.
You are joking.
Just saw it on an email.
Right, come on. Right, okay.
That's extraordinary.
Last one. The Cockney fella isn't happy. Everything is going wrong. Going back in time a bit. The initials DH.
Going back in time a bit?
Yeah, that for the song. It's not a sort of.
Oh right, I remember. I started to hear that first time round.
Cockney fella isn't happy. Everything's going wrong. The initials were DH. Yeah. That was Dan Hill. Right? Dan Hill. Nobody got that one. That's a tricky one. But Steve, do you want to pick someone who got a couple? No.
I mean, I imagine Dan Hill was on everyone's lips. I mean,
I'm sorry. I think I know about music, but I don't know who Dan Hill is.
Sometimes when we touch.
Yeah, honestly, it's too much. It's an awful ballad from about 1973. Right? No one would get Dan Hill. Did anyone get Dan Hill?
Well, I don't know. Steve, you are just...
I'm not going to check. I can't be bothered. I just want to celebrate that it's over. I'm just pleased that we're finished with Rockbusters.
What?
Right.
Did anyone get it?
I've got to check.
I want to hear that answer again. Well, Carl, leave the mouse alone and let me find that one. That is someone's contempt for you. Yeah. They've put Oasis, fair enough. Second one, Travis, they've just gone. Third one, Oliver Hardy. They don't care. That's how much contempt people have for
you.
NERD?
Yeah.
Provider.
Oh, I hope Sony's weren't listening to that. I'm not going to come in for a couple of weeks.
I'm not going to be here next week.
Okay, no, leave it a couple of weeks.
Yeah,
right,
I think we should just take a break. Everyone should just take a break.
Do a special or a best of, Carl, because this is... Well, I've got to go away and rethink this whole thing, because I think it's actually probably damaging our reputation.
Definitely.
What are you doing next week? Are you going to come in, Carl?
I'll have to be here to play it out, won't I?
Fine. Yeah, right, because we didn't give the winners of the competition. See you later.
Yeah, I'm not going to be here. Steve Merchant, Karl Pilkington's pressing the buttons. We're playing some great moments from the last 3 weeks.
And some great records, Steve, from the last 2 weeks.
That's true enough.
Yeah.
We're not actually here today. What are you up to today, Rick?
It's 8 hours earlier, so this is about 2 o'clock probably. Mm-hmm. So it's about 6 o'clock in the morning. I'm still in bed, mate. I'm asleep in the hotel room.
Now, where are you?
We're in LA.
Los Angeles.
Yeah.
City of Angels.
Yeah.
City of Angels.
Yeah. And so that's what we do. We're doing stuff like that. That's why we're not here. We're not here next week either. So next week is the best of this week.
Someone's left one of those little things in here. It's brilliant, isn't it?
It's amazing. What are they called, those things?
I imagine just there, I was thinking of being in the front row at a Morrissey concert and going, can I just play along? They are brilliant.
I don't know what kind of sound that is.
I don't know. It's only used for when Kenneth Williams sees someone undressing. Yeah. That's the only time that is used, that noise. That is brilliant.
But it's like it was specially created for the Carry On films.
Yeah, we need... I don't know what it is, but we need something when I walk in and see someone changing. Well, what about this? There is a light that never goes out by the Smiths. I phoned Karl up in the week, yeah, and I said, what are you doing? He went, well, even though it's one of my days off, I'm just doing some research on the web. Found anything that said, yeah, I'm doing science. And then he said, you can get wigs for dogs in Tokyo. That's his scientific fact. And I went, what do you mean? Dogs, if they need a wig? I said, if they need a wig, what? Dogs going bald? And he went, like, this is fine to him. He went, it's a stressful city, Tokyo. The world's all right with Karl. He's always got an explanation. I've only ever seen him confused once. When, in Edinburgh, he looked out of his window one day and he saw a bloke putting a parking ticket on some rubbish.
Yeah.
And that genuinely confused him.
Yeah.
He couldn't work out, could you?
It's a bit weird, isn't it?
And the woman breastfeeding her 8-year-old child, you didn't like, did you?
But the what's the name? Animals with wigs. I kind of thought, after I put the phone down to you, I kind of thought about it, thought, yeah, it's a bit daft, that.
Are you sure he's not the ageing pop group?
No.
The Animals?
But when you think, have you ever seen, like, a bald pet?
No.
It's weird.
What do you mean?
Because my mum, we had a cat, we used to get through loads of cats because we lived on
Oh, God, it started early today, innit? What do you mean? It's only 10 past
Just
one.
because
What
we
were
lived
you
on...
doing?
No,
Running a restaurant?
We lived on...
Oh, God, what do you mean?
No, we lived on, like, a main road.
Oh, yeah.
Right? So
Yeah.
we used to get through a lot of them. My dad
It was
kept
their
saying,
risk.
you know, stop wasting money, you know, it's not...
Stop wasting money, not wasting cats.
Right, so anyway, we had this cat that was ill all the time. And...
It's just back the news, probably.
Yeah, Malingra. Yeah, I'm terrified.
I'm going to which house?
Oh, God, bloody hell.
Don't let me go to the Pilkingtons.
and for some reason, it kept being sick all the time.
Yeah, that is nice. That's definitely nice.
So my mum kind of thought, oh, I've had enough of this, and she shaved it.
Whoa. Now, I know you're not vets in your family, but what correlation did your mum think there was between you being sick and shaving it?
Because it kept being sick, and it was a pain to wash, because it kept getting...
So she wanted a dry white cat.
So...
Why did she just varnish it? What?
It's weird,
So now he's cold and sick?
No, but not all of it. She left sort of the back half, but sort of from its waist, sort of...
I love that! Shave it because it's sick on its own!
And
That is
it was
genius.
the weirdest looking thing. I mean, normally I like cats. I'm always like giving yours a stroke on the head and that.
Yeah.
As soon as she did that, it was like, oh,
Yeah.
can't touch it. And then...
So now it's sick, cold and hated.
Yeah.
I love... Karl.
It must have, I mean, the other cats must have been taking the mick out of it constantly. You're just making things worse. Did it get, I'm hoping that it got run over and was put out of its misery.
No, I think it got all right, that one. Or is that the... Yeah, it did get run over.
Oh, God. Oh, dear.
How many cats do you say you got through?
I'd say whilst I was living at home, I mean, it's still on the increase even though I'm not there. So whilst I was there, probably 5.
God.
Wow.
Oh.
Yeah.
And were you upset each time, or you just got used to it?
It's one of them things, isn't it? Like I've said before, when you first see something, it's a bit of a shock. Do you know what I mean? It's like the Elephant Man or whatever.
Yeah.
First time you see him, it's that sort of, oh, look at that.
Do you remember the first time you saw Steve? No, I'm not being funny. Do you remember the first...
Yeah, but I've said this before. It's always, then you get used to how people look and you don't... No.
I'm going to burst. You got to play a record.
No, what?
Because I see Steve's...
No, but I've got used to it.
Shut up.
Well, here we are again, XFM, on a Saturday, just gone 1 o'clock, Steve, if I'm very much mistaken. But we're not here, as such, we're away again, gallivanting around. We've got to do the special sort of best of again.
Okay.
Which we did a few weeks ago, so this is the best of the last 3 weeks. Which I think is, I think it's the best 3 weeks we've ever had. But I'd like it condensed into 2 hours.
Yeah. Some great music as well in there.
Yeah, there'll be some great music interspersed with fine chat that you've already heard.
Yeah.
Except this bit's new. We've actually, out of the kindness of our heart, we've come in last week.
Yeah. Yeah.
And we've done a few clips just because we felt a bit guilty about shooting off.
Yeah.
And
I mean,
leaving.
even now, having heard this link, I'm beginning to wonder if it was worth our time.
Yeah. Well, should we play a classic link?
Let's play, what, from the last 3 weeks?
After this is Feeder. Well, if you've just tuned in, it's XFM 104.9. You've got that bit right. Ricky Gervais show with me, Stephen Merchant.
Hello there.
Carl is actually in a little booth. We're not in the studio, you see. This is pre-recorded. We recorded this last week because we're away. And it's sort of like the best of the last 3 weeks since last time we were away when we got like the best of.
It's a long time since we've had any white van, Carl. For those that don't remember this particular hot feature, we basically ask Carl some of the questions that are asked of a white van driver in the sun. They always have this on Saturday afternoons. Anyway, here's the first one. They're not fascinating, Carl, but I'm just interested on your take, really.
Yeah.
What do you make of Cilla Black quitting Blind Date after her husband sent a message from beyond the grave? Are you familiar with this story?
I didn't know that. What's that?
She went to see a medium, and supposedly her husband passed on information through the medium, which was incredibly vague, but persuaded her to quit live on air.
Well, it's about time, isn't it? If even dead people are saying, enough's enough. But I'll tell you what, though, talking about ghosts and that, do you know how I'm into them?
Yeah.
Right? How weird do you think this is, right?
Well, it's not true. Before you say it, play a record.
No, go on.
Go on.
Right, it's this woman. I don't even know if it's ghost, really. It's just a bit weird.
Sure. Yeah, sure.
There's this woman, and she's not a woman, she's a kid.
Sure.
Okay.
Sure.
She's walking down like a street in her area. It's a nice day and everything. Everything's normal. She's walking down, and a woman comes up, cycling past, right? The woman on the bike looks at the kid, absolutely terrified, right? Got a really scary face on her.
Yeah.
The kid's thinking, why is she doing that?
Yeah.
Right? So anyway, she thinks nothing of it, goes, I think she was playing in the park or whatever, goes and has a nice day. About 15 years later, she's, I don't know, I think she was going to work, right, on a bike.
She was riding her own bike?
Riding her own bike, cycling down the road.
Oh, yeah.
Looks at the kid. That's the thing that happened, like, 15, 20 years ago.
Right.
It's her on the bike looking at her as a kid.
Right. Not another child.
No. So it's her. She's seen herself.
Carl? I mean, I don't know where to start.
Firstly, where does this information come from?
But I mean, why do you ever... I mean, I don't know what part of that you think can be true. I'm honest, I'm speechless. I don't know what to say. What are you talking about?
Bit weird, though, isn't it?
But it's not true.
It didn't happen. Nothing happened like that.
She said it did.
Well, she's wrong.
She said she saw herself.
She saw herself as a kid, didn't she?
Did she carry on riding
and as an
cars?
adult when she was a kid.
Did she stop and talk to herself? Or did she ride on by and think, that's a bit weird, there's me as an 8-year-old. I won't stop, I'll be late for work.
Yeah. If I'm late again, the boss said he'd be in trouble.
Yeah. And where is this information? Did it happen to someone you know?
No.
You overheard it on the bus?
No, it was in the 14 Times.
Ah, right. Well, that's the answer.
Good.
We've got to the bottom of that.
Right, good.
Carl, let me ask you now. Carl, you will be a little bit unnerved about this. Have you seen the film Jurassic Park?
Yeah.
You know what happened there? Well, according to the Sun here, it says scientists are planning to clone mammoths for a theme park. Look at his face, look at that, he looks like a dog caught in the headlights of a car, he's terrified.
I love Carl.
He sprung to attention there.
Is that the best news you could have?
Man moths.
Right.
Yeah, man moths.
I
Man
love
moths.
the fact that that's why he was so excited that they bred a man moth. What is this? Yeah, it's a human being that hides in your wardrobe and eats an entire jacket in a day.
Yeah.
What do you mean, man moths? Mammoths. Mammoth, the big hairy cow from the Ice Age. I mean, elephant.
You're not so excited about that, then? You could take or leave bringing back mammoths to life, but a man moth...
A man moth is a different matter. If we'd have never brought that up, he'd have gone and told someone now.
Yeah.
They've bred an half man, half moth.
This is what we
That's how
mean.
things start.
This is what we mean when you hear these ghost
Are you
stories.
slightly deaf? Is that it? When you hear these stories, is it?
Carl, is English your first language? Are you actually foreign? Is that
Yeah.
Should we speak
When we say
slow?
foreign, we mean not of this planet.
Yeah. Should we speak slow? Would that be a help to you?
No, go on. Next
What do you
one.
make of
Do
that?
you think that's good? We need to bring back mammoths.
prehistoric animals.
These giant elephants.
They're slow, aren't they? It's not as if they're going to like get out and run fast and they can't capture them.
They'll probably be a fence, to be honest, Carl. They'll probably be a fence.
No, but you're asking it as if like, oh, it could all go wrong, but it couldn't, could it?
Well,
Really?
but the point was about Jurassic Park is they thought it wouldn't go wrong. They thought they had it all under control.
well,
Have you
Dinosaurs.
learned nothing from Jurassic Park, Carl?
Dinosaurs would say, oh, think about it before you do it. But with a airy elephant, it's not going to...
Not a concern for you. Would you go along to see him? Would you be interested in that?
If it was in the area.
He's great, isn't he? I'd love a queue,
Nothing
right?
impresses
No,
him.
but what I'd like to do is Carl sitting like Yoda in a little cave, and I'd just like to see people like Tony Blair and Stephen Hawking in a queue, and they go and say, "Carl, got a bit of a problem."
And thinking of cloning a man and a moth.
Yeah.
Problem? Not an issue. No, if I'm in the area, I might push them and have a look at it. Otherwise, just don't send it near my clones.
Oh, that's fantastic.
So just for a second,
What's
as the words "man moth" came into your head, how excited were you? I mean, were you both terrified and excited? Just for the moment when you thought that they'd cloned a man and a moth.
I pictured
What kind of face did he have? Did he have the moth's head, or was it a man's head?
just a little man head.
Right, what was his face? What did it look like?
He just was like a bit shocked.
Perplexed, so it was like he'd been grafted onto the body of a moth without his consent.
And when he was asleep,
Yeah, he'd woken up.
he just went in to have a goiter removed, and they said, "We've replaced your goiter with the body of a giant moth."
Yeah.
Is that all right, Mr. Jenkins?
So he had the head of a little... Was it a little boy or a man?
Little man.
Right, okay.
And he's just bumping into a lamp.
He's just running into a...
Carl, if you went into hospital and they'd done something, what's the worst thing to do, right? What would you rather have done, right? You wake up and you've got lobster claws for hands. Right. You wake up and you've got duck's feet. Or you wake up and you've got one horn coming out of your head.
The worst thing,
Yeah.
probably the horn coming out of my head.
Why?
Get in the way.
That'd be useful, wouldn't it, in fights and stuff? And for like parties, people play
Well, I
points.
suppose the lobster claws would also be quite handy there. Oh, that's a wonderful, wonderful clip, and
Yeah.
a great record that preceded or followed it, I'm not sure. But could I make some dedications?
Yeah.
Because last week, just before we had to come in to record this, I popped out, so trying to get onto the tube, and I had a nightmare because there were millions of protesters, so-called protesters. Now, a lot of them obviously doing good work. There was one fella, I think you'd have appreciated it, because I know you are very politically active, and I think this guy has really studied hard, and he's realised the best way to make his voice heard on the international political stage is to ride around on a tricycle wearing a jester's hat. He was really shaking up the bloody
I
government.
wouldn't want to be George W. Bush about now.
Not indeed.
Once he sees that,
Once he sees that
and
guy.
most of his aides rushing in and going, George W., look at this guy. Where's that? That's in London, England. Okay, call off the forces.
Is that a large tricycle?
Yeah.
Is he wearing a nappy?
Get me Colin Powell. Why'd you call him Colin and not Colin? It is the way he likes it. Don't about. Just call off the troops. There's a in a jester's hat. Call the troops off.
Just bleep some of those bits.
XFM 104.9 of a Saturday. Ricky Gervais with me, Steve Merchant.
Hello there.
But we're not here. No, we're away. So this is the best of, and I hope you're enjoying it. We certainly are.
I had some exciting news this week, Carl. You'll be pleased to find out. I'm worried that you might get a little bit jealous because it's obviously going to impact on your world quite strongly. Because I know you think you like things to be quite samey. You like the status quo to be maintained. You like the fact that in the past, we've had some crosswords. Because I remember, what did you think of me when I first walked in? When I first came in on the first day of
I don't know
XFM?
why you're making a big deal.
Do you want to
because
do you want to
I'm just being honest though. I'm just being honest about a lot of people who see you for the first time sort of go, well, he's a bit weird.
I know that's Steve that you brought it up, and then you're again.
But I'm sure that wasn't what he said before.
No,
did he say before?
Yeah, well,
he was a bit weird.
Yeah, well, he looked at you, and I knew. I could see by the look of his face. You know when you know your kid and your kid's sort of scared of something, and they go, why's your kid? And goes, oh, he doesn't like pigeons or spiders.
Right.
It was like that. When I saw Carl, and I brought you in, and I went, what do you think of that, Carl? I could see the look on his face that he was disturbed.
Sure.
And then, as he said, you get used to it, don't you?
Yeah, you get used to it. And you have changed a little bit. Your hair's a bit smarter now, and you've got some nicer glasses and that, I think. Or I might just get used to it.
Wow, don't bring it up, Steve. Don't look at me like that.
So you say that you think some other people in the office thought the same? Do you know that for sure?
Carl.
Did you discuss it?
Carl.
Yeah, I think they do, yeah.
Okay, leave it there then.
But not just in the office. As you walk through...
It's worse than you ever thought.
Well, no, it's not worse than I ever thought, because as you well know, Ricky Gervais, what did I do on Thursday morning?
Oh, is this the thing...
For those that perhaps are not of the female persuasion listening, there's a magazine. Apparently it sells quite well. It's one of the sort of female, kind of issues magazines. I think it's called Company Magazine. It's like your sort of, I guess it's a bit like your Moore or your Vanity Fair or whatever. Anyway, they run every year the 50 most eligible bachelors in Great Britain section. Ding dong, hello. Who's in there this year? In the 50, in the top 50 of the entire country.
And then they vote and they put them in order and see who's the most eligible bachelor.
But that's 50 people, right? It always annoys me slightly because bachelor, it kind of seems like a more sophisticated word for loser.
Yeah, no.
Which always sort of unnerves me.
And also they try and do a different 50 every year, so they're getting pretty desperate to get different ones. Because also a lot of people who are sort of like successful, are married, so there's very little to...
No, there's a huge... I don't know if this is international. It could even be international. I'm not sure, actually. So I could be up there with the likes of Justin Timberlake, etc. So Fred Durst, that sort of person, So anyway, this is what's exciting, right? Although I'm slightly frustrated because they were telling me that last year, all right, they get, because what happens is the readers of the magazine, they vote for who they think is number one, most eligible bachelor, right? Last year, the prize was a 2-week trip in the Bahamas, okay? This year, I'm rather annoyed, because all I'm going to win is a moped. That's the prize this year, that's the prize this year, a moped.
Whoa, backtrack. What? Sorry? Last year was a 2-week trip to Bahamas, and this year
just a moped. All I'm going to get is a moped.
All you're going to win is a moped.
Yeah,
you've got no chance. You've got no chance. Who else is in it?
Well, I mean, I don't know. Lots of people you've never heard of. I know Duncan from Blue.
Ding. So you're second to him at least already. I imagine you're going to come behind the other 49.
Because there are people voting for me. They get to vote for me.
Yeah, Steve.
They'll see my photo and they can vote for me.
Yeah, according to Heat, I was 22nd most sexy man in the world.
I better take that helmet back.
I would. AC/DC. Brilliant. You shook me all night long on XFM 104.9. Well, this show is a rocking.
It is.
Ricky Gervais, Steve Merchant, Karl Pilkington.
Quick query for you. This is from Jay. He's got a problem here. He says, my parents won't let me ditch my studies. He's currently reading modern languages at London University.
Sure.
He wants to follow his dream, but his parents won't let him, of being a dancer. Carl. Worse than that, he says that they're trying to arrange a marriage to a bunch of ninging daughters of people they know from good families. He doesn't know what to do, so he's got the arranged marriage coming along, and he's also got, he basically wants to be a dancer. His parents are forcing him into something more practical.
Well, the first thing, right, I don't think
live your dreams.
The arranged marriage thing is such a bad idea.
Okay.
Because I think too many people go on looks.
Right.
And then you soon get bored of that, and you find out the person who you're knocking about with is actually not your type.
Right.
Why don't you arrange marriages for people?
Well, I'm just saying, right, so I'd say, Jay, go along with that. I wouldn't worry about it.
Okay.
I mean, if they're really ugly, then, don't go along with it. But if they're half bad, put up with it. That's
sure.
Right. The dancing.
Brilliant.
Right?
That's that solved.
Brilliant.
I like to be a dancer. After I did the boxing, right, I joined a dancing thing just near Man United's ground, right, called Twiggies. Went along, I wanted to learn some moves.
How old were you?
Well, it was when Michael Jackson was pretty big, so about 83, 84, 85, something like that, around there. Wanted to do it. When I went, it was shut and it had become like a warehouse for toilet rolls. So in a way, I wonder what would have happened.
Sorry, how is that an anecdote about you going through dancing? You've told me before you did boxing for a while, you did dancing for a while. You had true fight.